guys. Today I want to talk about giving time to God, giving our time to God, and our time we spend with God. Those are my neighbors, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's what I want to talk about today. And yeah, so let's talk about it. Okay, giving time to God. Putting time with God on your schedule. We often, we all may fall short in or fall guilty to not prioritizing giving and spending time with God. We might, we go through our whole day and we don't think about, oh, I didn't spend no time with him today, or I didn't even put him into my schedule of spending time with him. Like I said, we all fall short of giving and spending time with God, right? And prioritizing it. During our free time or we're making our schedule, we don't think to include our time with God into it. Like I said, we don't think about we don't think about when we're making our schedule. We don't put like in there, okay, for this, I know I have a break right here, so I'm gonna include my time right here with God. I know I'm gonna have a day off this day. During this time, I'm gonna include my have a little time with God, give my time to God. We don't think about that. We just we do other things. We are so, I'm gonna get to that part. Like I said, we often get so caught up in thinking, and we worry about what we have coming up and what we have to do, and we don't think about it. We worry about, I'm so busy this day. We don't realize that 10 or 15 minutes or 30 minutes that we have in the car by ourselves, we can spend that time with God. We can, park somewhere. We got 30 minutes. We could park somewhere for like 10 minutes, have our time with God, talk to him, do whatever we need to do with our time with God. That's our time with God, right? We don't think that we could do stuff like that. Like those breaks, those short periods that you have, you can spend time with him, When can we spend time with God, Like I said, we have like an hour or a little break period coming up. Maybe like even right before you go to bed or right before you go to work. Take time, get into God's presence, and whenever you get that break, just get in God's presence. You never know, that can make your day a whole lot better. Get in God's presence afterwards. You probably come back with a better mood. You come back with feeling refreshed, feeling more peaceful, feeling more joyful, a little more, full of life, Like, that's why it's important to take our time and spend it with God whatever time we have. And that's why we should prioritize it and put it in our schedule instead of, sticking into, I'll just stick it in this last 5 minutes. He deserves a little more than 5 minutes, well, a lot more than 5 minutes, I'm just saying. But if that's all you have to spare, But I'm not judging nobody. I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not judging nobody. But like, some people are really busy, but we shouldn't let anything be more important than God, than our time with God, because our time with God is really important, When we start to spend and open up that hour or even 30 minutes with God, we will notice amazing things, Like I said, you will notice your mood, people probably will notice it in you too. Like, you seem more happier, you seem more joyful, you seem like, girl, today you just you're different today. I don't know what it is. That 30 minutes to an hour, even 10 minutes with God can make your whole day better. Like, it will make it better. Like I said, being in the presence of God, you will start to feel amazing things over you in your life, such as peace, joy, and overwhelming love, and so much more. Like, I don't know. I feel like you just feel more in tuned. I guess I don't know the word for it, guys, but you just feel so much more. It's like you don't even let the negative people around you or the negative things around you or the people that are, trying to get you down, get in your way. You're just like, please, I might have my 10 minutes with God. Please, go ahead and try to get somebody else, man. I'm good. Okay. like I said, it's not only a, a feeling that you feel once you're in his presence, but every time you get into his presence, but like I said, it's not just only a feeling when you get into his presence, but every time you get into his presence, you get the feeling. You don't only get it once. Like, every time you get in his presence, you'll get that feeling, you'll feel more of that feeling. It's not just a feeling. I don't know how to explain. It's like, amazing things is all I can say. Like, incredible things. You won't be worried about the next person. Amazing things will start happening in your life once you give your time and spend time with God, prioritizing your time with God. Amazing things will happen, Like I said, we also have to think about, like I said, we also have to think about, we want God to do this and that for us, and we want him to move in our life. We want him to show out in our life. You want him to, do this in our life. You want him to move this in your life. You want this done in your life. You want him to do all this, right? But, like I said, you want him to do all that, but we can't even make time and give him 5 minutes of our time. You want him, you're wanting something from him, but you're not even giving him the time of day, You're giving them a few little minutes left over that you have. The few minutes, the time that you have left over, right? Or that you're bored with. We can spend hours upon hours upon hours on our phone, on a social media, scrolling through apps. Or when people get, bored, they're even, I do it too sometimes. You scroll through your photo album, you scroll through your settings, and you're so bored, but you don't want to give, we don't want to give our time to God, we rather get depressed on the app or compare ourselves and pick apart what we think is of us as imperfect on us, or wishing that we had that, spending time with someone who can give us happiness, spending time with someone who loves us unconditionally, who can give us joy, who can give us so much more than we can ever want or need, who doesn't judge us. And when we start giving our time to him, wonderful things will happen and can happen. Do not limit him. Watch and see. Like I said, sorry. Imagine you're on social media, you're spending your time on social media comparing yourself to other people. Oh, I wish I had that. Oh, I wish I looked like that. I wish I was shaped like that. You're comparing yourself when you could be in the presence of somebody, who loves you unconditionally, who loves you just the way you are, who thinks you don't need to change your appearance, who thinks that you're absolutely lovely the way you are, who loves you unconditionally, who can give you more than you will ever need or want in your life, that can, he'll be there for us time and time again. And once we spend our time with him and, get in presence with him, wonderful things will and can happen. Do not limit him, and just watch and see what he can do. He can do amazing things. Instead of, going on social media 24/7. Just imagine if you spent that time with him and, you're spending time and you're in the presence of somebody who doesn't judge you, who doesn't think you lack this, who doesn't think you, oh, you need to look different like this. You're spending some time with someone who loves you unconditionally. It's not fake love that he loves you. He is love. You would rather spend time on social media than in the presence of someone who does all that, who loves you more than you love yourself. Like, our phones, our TVs, our friends, our family, our boyfriends, our girlfriends, our spouses should not get in the way of becoming a priority over spending time with God. You shouldn't let your friends, your family, your phone, your TV, anything or anyone get in the way of you spending time with God or giving your time to God. You should not let anyone, anything get in the way of spending time with God, get in your way. And that's a short one today, but yeah, that's all I want to talk about. Bye.